Hello everyone and welcome to this new Minecraft video. Today I'm here to show you my new creation, which is a computer in Minecraft that allows you to write. So let's start with the video. So in my Minecraft career I've created several farms, but I have never tried to do a computer in Minecraft. So 1 year ago I started by creating this computer, and then I left the idea to make it because it was very difficult, and I was thinking I'm not ready for doing this. But 1 year later I have taken the idea back in my head, and so I started on working on it, and in a few days I have done all these things that you are seeing here. So, make a computer is not simple, but in today's video I want to show you how this computer works and how can you make your Minecraft computer. Okay, before I continue I want to say that I'm not an expert, so I will show you what I've created that can serve as an example. Having made this promise, let's continue with the video. So, first of all, I want to explain how this computer works. So the computer is divided in 3 parts. The first part that is all the logical part for display the letter on the screen. The second part is all this gray concrete, and this part allows you to lock and unlock the display. And then the third part, that is the keyboard. In more complex computer there are multiple things like memories, central processing unit or CPU, and other things that allow you to make mathematical calculations. But in this case, I want only to write, so I don't need it. Now, for explaining you how the display works, because I think that is the most easiest part of this computer, I want to do a different example, because if I show you from here, you probably don't understand nothing. So I will use this 5 redstone lamp. For write lector on the screen, we need to use binary code. But what is binary code if you don't know? Simply is 1 and 0, only these two numbers, and every computer works with it. So everything that you do on your computer is being transcribed in binary code and then executed by the computer. Minecraft redstone works similarly, because we have really two things. We have 0 and 1. 0 when the redstone dust is not powered, 1 when it's powered. But the same we can see with the redstone lamp. For example, when it's on is 1 and when it's off is 0. Okay, now let's try to understand better how the display works. We have 5 lines. When we have specific combinations of input, like for example the first one, we can have a letter like A. If we have 1 here, we have B. Why? Because in binary code, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. What I did was to associate each one of these numbers with a letter of the alphabet. So the first one is A, the second one is B, the third one is C, D, E, F, G, and so on. In this way, we have several combinations that give us different letters. If you do all this process, you end up with, if I remember correctly, this combination that is Z, that is the last one. But we have other combinations that are empty, and we can use it for make other things like special character or numbers that I've not made on my computer. But if you want, you can try to do it. It's not very difficult, and I wish that at the end of the video maybe you could make it. Okay, so all of this is very interesting, but this is only the theory, so it's time to show you how really this works. First of all, here is the same concept that I already showed you, but without the redstone lamp, but with the redstone itself. So if I turn on this lever, here we have A. If I turn on this lever, we have B, C, and D, E, etc. So as you can see, works very well. But let's go in deeper and see how really this works. So over here there are multiple redstone torches that turn on different redstone line. So every redstone line that you see basically is a lector. Very easily. I go to turn on the first one, and now I go to show you how this works. Now, with turning on the first line, we have turned off this redstone torch. So, in this way, we have this redstone line off, and all this redstone torch right there on that turn off all the redstone torch. In this way, we have several redstone torches on that turn on the correct redstone line for turn on display. I don't want to explain how the display works itself, like all the redstone that there is here, because it's a completely hell and very difficult. This took me several days for figuring out how to do it in a very compact space, and it was difficult. But if you download the word, you can watch yourself how I made it. Now, back to the redstone torches. This redstone torch turn on this line that turn on this yellow part that allows you to turn on this 4 redstone lamp. Then we had another one that turn on this gray line for turn on other 3 redstone lamp. Then another one for other 3, and the same. So if you see, the right part is exactly the same as the left part, so are equal. Everything that you do on the right, you can do on the left, not necessarily. So as you can see, the letter A is equal on the right and the left, but for example, the letter F or E is different. So you don't need to do the same things that you do on the right on the left. Under here we have other redstone torch that turn on, for example, the green part for this 4 redstone lamp, and another one that is here, the purple one that turn on this 3. Basically, you need only to do several combinations of redstone torch for turn on the right line for turn on the right spot on the screen. Obviously, this red part here of the contraption is made after the logical part for working the screen. You need first to do this, and then you can do all these components. And I want to say that is the easiest part of the display. Really, it's not difficult. You only to figure out where you need to place the redstone torches, and then you have done. So I go to take another one. I do randomly. We have K. So let's see. K is right there, and there are two redstone torches here that turn on this two redstone line. The first one turn off this redstone torch and do this horizontal, this diagonally line. And the second one is right there, that turn on the pink one that make this line. Let's see, under here there is the second part of the letter K. There are other two redstone line. The first one that turn off this redstone torch for turn on the red line and make another diagonal line. And the second one turn on the cyan that turn on these three redstone lamp. The last one is under here that turn on the blue, the light blue, for these four redstone lamp. So it's very basic. If you download the board, you can see more in deep how we make it. I have already said that I don't wanna explain here because it's very difficult. We can lost in a few parts because it's very complex. I want also say that it's not very compact. You can probably do better things. I'm actually now in 1.12.2, and I think that this computer works in the new versions. I'm not sure, I've not tried, but I think that it works. And it's not compact. If you can make a more compact design, it's better. Now, if you have understood very well, you probably figured out that now there is a difficult thing that is how can I keep the redstone signal on, because now I'm using levers, and this is actually easy. I can go here, turn on the lever, and I have on my display the letter A. But this is manually, and I want to make it actually automatic with a keyboard. How can I do it? Basically, someone can say that I can use a redstone input from a button that turn on my screen, but you can see it doesn't work. Obviously, because the lever send a continuous output, but the button doesn't. The button send a single output and then go back off. So how can I do it? For doing this, we need to make a system for keep the redstone on, basically. Before explaining this, I want to show you three things that can be useful in making a computer, and that are the gates. In the real life, there are a lot of different gates, but I want to show you only the three basics that are not or and. Basically, the not gate, when is true, go false, and when is false, go true. Very easy. The OR gate needs only one of the two inputs on true and the other one, if it's false, it doesn't matter. If it's true, it doesn't matter. For example, I can turn on with only a single lever, or with the two levers on. I can turn off this one, but if I obviously turn off all the two levers, the redstone signal go off. The AND gate is the opposite of the OR gate. So if you turn on with only one lever, nothing change. If you turn on with two levers, in this case I've turned off the redstone lamp. So this is the very simple idea of gate. I don't want to go very deep because electronic is a material that can be difficult, but we are not interested in much now. So now I want to explain you the process that I made for keep the redstone signal on. And I made two versions. The first one, that was this one, that I found on a video on internet, and I've tried to replicate it, but as you can see, the first problem was too tall. Yeah, I want to make a sizen that was the most compact as I can, and this was very tall, 3 blocks high and 2 blocks down, 3 blocks up and 2 down, and that for me it was too much. So now I put here 1, 2 and 3 redstone torch. I turn on the button, and as you can see, I have here only 2 redstone lamp. Why? Simply because this one is not for the redstone lamp, but is for reset the system, for turn off all the levers. As you can see, I've turned on only a single time the button, and now the redstone lamp are on. But why? Because if we go here, as you can see, here the repeater is on, but the redstone signal is off. If we go there, we can see there are other redstone input that turn on this repeater, this one, and turn off other repeaters like this one. But why this repeater is on if here there is not a redstone input? So basically, when the repeater is normal, we can turn on the redstone lamp like this. If we put a repeater next to another and we turn on the lever or a redstone input, as you can see, the repeater change and now have this gray line. That means that the repeater cannot get an input. As you can see, I have turned on the lever. Here we have the redstone signal, but the repeater is off, and the redstone lamp obviously is off because this repeater turned off this repeater. Now, if I turn off this repeater and turn on the signal here, and then I turn off the repeater, this one, and the main input go off, as you can see, the repeater keep the redstone signal inside, and nothing. Is like have here a lever that is on and continue to send an output. When we turn off the repeater, here we have lost the signal, obviously. The same if I put here 4 ticks and then turn off, we can keep for a few seconds extra the signal. Here is the same concept and working the same way, but this is not correct for make our computer. Why? Because this is a shift register. And what is a shift register? Simply, we have here 1 and 2 redstone lamp. If I put another one, I move one torch here. Look, simply I have moved the 2 redstone lamp from here to here and add 2 more here. So the shift register take the first and move into the second and add a new one. And this is not right, because when you write on the PC, you type a letter, then another one, then another one, but from the left to the right, not from the back. I have no idea if I explained this very well. I will try to do my best. Here with the button we can reset the system times. So this is an idea that is not possible to use for make this PC, but it's interesting. I have used this design for understand well how this repeater works. Then I made this design that is the final one that I used. So this is very complex, and I'll go to explain you not all the system, but only a few parts that are important. So if I turn on the button here, as you can see, we have 3 redstone lamp right there. I go to put, for example, one here. Okay, I turn on the lever, and now the output go here. So as you can see here, we have not lost the redstone lamp, and we have add other redstone lamp right there. With a simple button, we can reset all the system. Easy. But how this works? So I want to start by explaining you here. Don't watch this. The output, the input come here. Go to the system. Don't look at these comparators, because here we can put simply redstone. It is not important to put comparators. It was for test. And then the output is split in 2 parts, under and up. So up there, simply go to the repeater and then go to the lamp. In the other part up there, simply go here into the system that we will see later. Under here, the signal go into this repeater that slow the process and then send an output, and I'll show you later why I put on for this repeater. Here, the system for reset is the same system for lock and unlock all the repeaters. Basically, when there is the input, this repeater go on, and this system also. Here inside there is an item that go directly inside this dropper, and then this comparator turn off the redstone repeater. I want to show you a thing because it can be interesting. I don't know if in the new versions is changed, but in 1.12.2, if I turn on the repeater, as you can see, now this the comparator, now this repeater is off. It doesn't work, but have not this bedrock. I think this bedrock. So I have not this gray line. So I want to only show you this. Then the signal go down, turn off the torches or all the other redstone signal, that turn off the repeater, that lock this repeater. This repeater is unlocked, the redstone signal go, but before losing the redstone signal, this repeater go immediately on, turn off this repeater, and we have locked the redstone input. So as you can see, for example here, we have locked the repeater before losing the redstone signal. Now, after this, under here, there is a small system that an item is dropped inside the hopper. Here is a comparator, a 1 tick pulse signal that push this redstone block here and keep the signal on. In this way we can unlock this gate. Yeah, this is a gate and only works if here is unlocked. Okay, I've made the same gate. Now, with this redstone line on, the signal don't go don't turn on this redstone lamp, but if I turn off this redstone line, now the signal go. Obviously here we have 15. If I put here 15, nothing change. So it is necessary to turn off this redstone line for unlock the system. So technically this is all for this system, but not really, because in the final design I've made some change because it is not so simple. As you can see here, in the line for reset the system, there are different pistons that turn on different blocks. But why I've put all these pistons right there, and some of them are on and other ones are off? Basically because when I turn on this line for reset all the system and clear the screens or the display, if I send an output on a display that I have not used, this redstone block are moved. Here, for example, is off because I have not used this display. But if I didn't have put here sticky piston, the signal for the redstone input for clear the screen go here, turn on the piston, put a redstone block here, and basically broke all the system. So it's important to put a system that allows you to clear the display only if it's being used. Otherwise it's useless and it can make several problems. Now this is one of the change. Another change is the fact that this system works for example for a line, but if you want to make a screen vertically, yeah, works, but we need to make some changes. For example, in the last one I've put here a repeater that sends an output here in this line that allows you to turn off these screens. Those screens. So in this way, when you send an output from the keyboard, yeah, the output go here, but you can do nothing because here there is a space between the two repeaters that don't allow you to send an output. Yeah, in this way you cannot change the displays here, and necessarily go here. In fact, after I've turned off these lines, I send an output here that turn on all these pistons and unlock this line, so I can write on this line. So now I want to talk about the keyboard that is very simple. It's the same concept of the display. Basically here there is a redstone torch always on and a system with redstone torches that when the signal go off, the redstone torches go on and then turn off and send an output directly up there that go in my area and do something. Only for new that these 5 lines are for these 5 inputs. This one is for reset and this one is for the enter button for going to a new line. I didn't do all the buttons of the keyboard. There are a few. No, there are all the letters, the space button, the enter button, and the clear button. Now, if you want to make a new line, for example a third one, you can do it. You can figure it out alone. You can figure it out yourself how to do it. Basically, you can go to see how I make the system for the new line. That it was basically here. Here is one tick pulse that turn on, push this redstone block right there, and then send an output right there for show you which line you are using. I have no idea with the third line. I think that it was not necessary. This computer is made just for fun, for me for understand new things. And I want to say another thing, that this computer is not too fast. I show you, it's very slow. Basically because for the problem of the comparator, the repeater here. This make the system very slow. So if I write something like my nickname, the first letter is not too slow. The second one also is not very slow. From the fourth one, the things are very slow. Now I show you why. As you can see, the redstone signal go through all these repeaters, and every time you need to wait 4 ticks for go to another one. And this is slow. I have no idea if there is another way to do this better, but this is what I figured out alone and watching something on YouTube. But it was not simple. I write wrong because I was talking. Yeah, if you type a letter wrong, you need to clear all the screen. I have not make a catch button. Basically because I have no idea how to do it. Yeah, if you see here, a command block is only for clear the items. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it. So I've tried my best to explain you how this computer works. I wanna say another time, I'm not an expert, so everything that I made is just for fun and for me to learn new things about redstone. And I'm happy about that. And you can find the word download in the description if you want to try this for some reason. I have an idea to make this computer on a survival world, but I don't know. I think that it could be very interesting. Yeah, if for some reason you want to do the same thing as me, and you want to rebuild this in your world, it's better if you put randomly some torches or some blocks that do light, like glowstone or sea lantern, because the redstone can do a lot of lag. So if you put torches, you can reduce this lag. Obviously, because there are few spots that are dark, and the change of the light on Minecraft is a very bad thing. Yeah. Okay, for this video is all. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.